Hello children, today we are going to begin Act 2 Scene 1 of The Tempest, written by William Shakespeare. This scene opens on another part of the island. Enter Alonso, Sebastian, Antonio, Gonzalo, Adrian, Francisco and others. Gonzalo, beseech you sir, be merry. Gonzalo is talking to Alonso and he says, beseech you sir, I request you sir, be merry, be happy. You have cause, so have we all of joy. You, like all of us, have good reasons to be joyful. For our escape is much beyond our loss. For our escape from death is much more fortunate than what we have lost. Our hint of woe is common. Our cause of sorrow is common. Means many people have also experienced what we have to feel sad about. Every day some sailor's wife, the masters of some merchant, and the merchant have just a theme of woe. Every day some sailor's wife, the owner of some merchant ship, and the merchant who owns the cargo on that ship, they all experience the same sort of loss. But for the miracle, I mean our preservation. Few in millions can speak like us. But the miracle, the fact that we survived, has only been experienced by a few people out of millions. He says, few in millions. Then wisely, so sir, so good sir, be wise enough, weigh our sorrow with our comfort, and weigh our sorrow against what should bring us happiness. Alonso does not like this. He says, prithee, peace, I request you, I pray you, please be quiet. Sebastian, he receives comfort like cold porridge. Now Sebastian is talking to Antonio and he says, Alonso is enjoying these comforting words about as much as he enjoys cold porridge. That is something unpalatable. Antonio, the visitor will not give him over so. And he's talking to Sebastian and he says, but the visitor trying to bring comfort to the sick and he won't give up on him. Sebastian, look, he's winding up the watch of his wit. He's talking to Antonio and he says, look, he's trying to come up with some new idea for how to help Alonso, winding his brain up like some kind of clock. By and by it will strike. Soon it will strike. Now Gonzalo to Alonso, he says, sir, Sebastian, 1, tell. Sebastian says to Antonio, the clock strikes 1. You count it. Gonzalo says, when every grief is entertained that's offered comes to the entertainer. He says, if we allowed ourselves to think about or entertain every sad thing that happens, then the entertainer will end up with, Sebastian says, $1. Gonzalo, dollar comes to him. He says, yes, dollar comes to him. Indeed, you have spoken truer than you purposed. He says, dollar comes to him indeed. You have spoken truer than you purposed. Yes, dollar comes to him, though you did not mean to. You have said the truth. Now, here you have to remember one thing, children, that dollar, D-O-L-L-A-R, and dollar, D-O-L-O-U-R, are two different words having almost the same pronunciation or sound. Sebastian uses the word D-O-L-L-A-R, while Gonzalo uses the word dollar, D-O-L-O-U-R. Sebastian, you have taken it wiselier than I meant you should. Actually, what happened? You took what I said more seriously than I meant it. Gonzalo, therefore, my lord, he says to Alonso, therefore, my lord. Antonio, to Sebastian, he says, fie, what a spendthrift is he of his tongue. Means, my goodness, he just talks and talks and talks. Means he talks too much. Alonso, I prithee spare. Well, he says, please stop. Gonzalo, well, I have done, but yet. He says, well, I am basically finished, but yet, but still. Sebastian, he will be talking. He will be talking means he insists on talking. He can't help talking. Antonio, which of he or Adrian for a good wager first begins to crow? He says, here's a good bet. Wager is a bet. He says, here's a good bet. Which of the two, Gonzalo or Adrian, will speak first? Sebastian says, the old cock. He says, the old cock, the old rooster. Who's the old rooster? Gonzalo. Antonio says, no, the cockerel. Cockerel means the young rooster, Adrian. Sebastian says, done. The wager, he says, you are on then. What does the winner get? He says, a laughter. A laughter means a good laugh. Sebastian, a match. A match means it's a deal now. It's final. It is agreed. Adrian, though this island seemed to be desert, though this island seems to be deserted, means seems to be lonely, seems to be isolated. Sebastian, ha ha ha, so you are paid. Ha ha ha, so you are paid means you have won. Adrian, uninhabitable and almost inaccessible. Sebastian says, you have got your prize. So Adrian says, this is uninhabited and almost inaccessible. Sebastian, yet, next he'll say, yeah, but. Adrian says, but. Antonio, he could not miss it. He could not say it. Adrian, it must needs be of subtle, tender and delicate temperance. Tender means mild and delicate means pleasant. So Adrian says here, it seems to be mild and gentle and to have a temperate climate. Antonio, temperance was a delicate wench. He says, temperance, you reminded me of temperance, and she was quite an alluring girl. Sebastian, and a subtle, as he most learnedly delivered. Learnedly delivered. Delivered means described. Sebastian says, yes, and as Adrian described so smartly, she was a subtle one. Adrian, the air breathes upon us here most sweetly. The air here is like a fresh, sweet breath. Sebastian, as if it had lungs, and that too rotten ones. He says, as if the island had lungs, and rotten lungs. Antonio, or as it were perfumed by a fen. Fen is what? Marshy oil. He says, as if the air was perfumed by a swarm. Gonzalo, here is everything advantageous to life. Gonzalo says, this island contains everything that is good for life. Antonio, true, save means to life. He says, you are true in your statement. This island contains everything that is good for life, except anything you could actually use to live. Sebastian, of that there is none or little. There is none of that or just a little. Gonzalo, how lush and lusty the grass looks. How green. He says the grass looks so rich and healthy. It is so green. Antonio says the ground indeed is tawny. Tawny is what? Yellowish brown. So Antonio says the ground is actually brown. Sebastian, with an eye of green in it. Eye means slight shade. He says with a tinge of green in it. Antonio, he misses not much. He does not miss a thing. Sebastian, no, he doth but mistake the truth totally. No, he just misses the actual truth completely, entirely. Gonzalo, but the rarity of it is, rarity means striking quality. He says, but the unbelievable thing is, which is indeed almost beyond credit. And this is really almost hard to imagine. Sebastian, as many vouched rarities are, as by definition most unbelievable things are. Gonzalo says that our garments, being as they were drenched in the sea. He says that our garments, that are clothes, which were drenched in the sea water, hold notwithstanding their freshness and glosses. Glosses is brightness. And they continue to be fresh and clean. Being rather new dyed than stained with salt water. And in fact, seem almost new rather than stained by the salt water. Antonio says, if but one of his pockets could speak, would it not say he lies? He says, if just one of the pockets on his clothes could speak, wouldn't it say that he's a liar? Sebastian, or very falsely pocket up his report. Yes, or just try to hide and suppress the lie. Gonzalo says, methinks our garments are now as fresh as when we put them on first in Africa at the marriage of the king's fair daughter Claribel to the king of Tunis. He says, I think our clothes are as fresh now as they were when we put them on in Africa to attend the marriage of the king's daughter, king's beautiful daughter, Claribel, to the king of Tunis. Sebastian, it was a sweet marriage and we prosper well in our return. It was, what is it here? The wedding. The wedding was wonderful and we are doing just great on our journey back home. Adrian, Tunis was never graced before with such a paragon to their queen. Paragon means person of matchless qualities. Adrian says Tunis has never before had such a perfect beauty for a queen. Gonzalo, not since widow Dido's time. He says not since the time of widow Dido. Now here you have to note one thing, children, that according to ancient classical mythology, Dido was the queen of Carthage. She fell in love with Aeneas, a warrior and explorer. For a time, all went well, but later Aeneas left the island which he was visiting in the course of his voyages. And Dido felt so heartbroken that she committed suicide by burning herself to death. Thus, she is regarded as a symbol of constant but hopeless passion. Now here you have to remember that the idea here is that Claribel, King Alonso's daughter, is a woman of great beauty just as Dido was. Dido is here called a widow because she was forsaken by her love Aeneas. Antonio says, widow, a plague on that. Widow, to hell with that. How came that widow in? Widow Dido. Why is he calling her a widow? Widow Dido. Sebastian, what if he had said widower Aeneas too? He says, next thing you know, he'll be saying widower Aeneas. Good Lord, how you take it. Good Lord, how can he interpret the story in that way? Adrian, widow Dido said you. He says, widow Dido, did you say? You make me study of that. I have to look into that now. She was of Carthage, not of Tunis. Dido was from Carthage, not of Tunis. Gonzalo, but this Tunis was Carthage. But this Tunis used to be Carthage, sir. Adrian, Carthage? Gonzalo, I assure you, I promise you, Carthage. It was Carthage before. Antonio, his word is more than the miraculous harp. Antonio says Gonzalo's word is like the legendary harp of Amphion. What was the name? Miraculous harp, which when played caused the walls of Thebes to rise. Sebastian, he hath raised the wall and houses too. Now Gonzalo, just by saying so, has created a whole new city. Antonio, what impossible matter will he make easy next? What incredible thing will he do next? As if it was nothing. Sebastian says, I think he will carry this island home in his pocket and give it his son for an apple. He says, I think he will carry this island home in his pocket and give it to his son as an apple. Antonio, and sowing the kernels of it in the sea. Kernels here means seeds. Bring forth more islands and throw its seeds in the sea to make more islands grow. Gonzalo, yes, that's exactly what I would do. Antonio, why? In good time. Well, sure it is. Gonzalo says, sir, we were talking that our garments seem now as fresh as when we were at Tunis at the marriage of your daughter, who is now the queen. Now Gonzalo again talks to Alonso and he says, sir, we were talking that our garments seem now as fresh as when we were at Tunis at the marriage of your daughter, who is now queen. Sir, we were discussing that our clothes seem just as clean as they did when we were in Tunis at the wedding of your daughter, Claribel, who is now the queen of Tunis. So I think this much is enough for today, children. We will continue the scene in the next video. Thank you.